this is not how I wanted to come to you. This is not how I wanted to do this video. I didn't want to talk about the Phillies collapsing, but after a 2-0 series lead, here we are. The Phillies have blown the NLCS, and yes, props to the Diamondbacks. I'm proud of what you did. You played small ball in October, and that's what you're supposed to do because you can't live off the home run in October. Everybody knows that the air dies. It doesn't fly the same way. I'm going to let it go because it's a fan in me. So I had to wait a few days to talk about it, and nothing seems more prominent to talk about except that our bats went cold. That's what got us there. We're going to start with that. And let's talk about Nick Castellanos and Trey Turner, two people that were red hot coming into the series. Hell, red hot going into the game too. And then they went with a pitch zone this big, and they expanded their strike zone to that big. And you started seeing those sliders off the plate, 10 feet off the plate that they were swinging at. They were getting too aggressive. All they wanted to do was build their own legend for this team. They wanted to build their name and be legendary in the city of Philadelphia. But like, rallies matter as much as a home run will for energizing the team and energizing the fans and getting things off the ground. And we just wouldn't do it. We wouldn't do it. All we wanted to do was hit the home run bowl, and that's great. That's great. You know, home runs are amazing, but hitting 16 solo shots cannot be consistent within the MLB playoffs. It doesn't work that way in October. Small ball, getting on the bases, stealing bags like Trey Turner was doing in the beginning against the Marlins, like that all went to the wayside, and I hated that. I absolutely hated that. And you know what the Diamondbacks did right that we didn't do to Ketel Marte? Pitch around the stars. Oh my God, they pitched around Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, and you know, kudos to them. That's smart. These two guys are killing us. Nobody else is. It's time to pitch around them. You know what they did instead, the Phillies? They said, okay, we're going to pitch and pitch and pitch and try to overpower you because those are the arms we built. But this guy is just hitting and hitting and hitting. Be smart. Do not be stupid. Take the odds. If you're going to play the little analytical stuff, take the odds. But the Diamondbacks did it. They pitched around their two guys and nobody stepped up. Alec Bohm didn't step up. Nick didn't step up. Trey Turner didn't step up. JT barely stepped up. Brandon Marsh did okay. Johan Rojas. That's my guy. I like him. Great glove, speedy, electric. We've talked about him on here. He's batting under 100. Bases are loaded. Clinching game. Hopper, you got to make a move there. I don't even care that you make the move to Pache, and yes, it's still a right-hander. No, you don't just burn Jake Cave. But you need something to inject some energy into the stadium, into your team. And you're not burning the bridge for Johan Rojas for the rest of his life. Christian Pache, yes, is a little bit less of a glove in the outfield, but he's still a very decent glove, so he would be fine in the outfield. But he has the ability to bring a little bit more of a bat. He has the ability to possibly pop a single and get everybody excited for the game. Instead, you let a guy who's just free swinging out there, is not bunting, can't really see the ball, just faded away because the lights shine too bright for the rookie right now, and you let it happen. Topper, thank you for everything. You know, the last 2 years have been amazing, but you think too much with your gut sometimes, and that's great in some cases, but you got to make some changes. Last year, you left Nick at the 4 spot. This year, you left Alec Bohm in the 4 spot. And yes, he hit the home run in Game 7, but it dragged us for most of the playoff run this year. You don't move things around. You're so like, my guys are going to get out of it. My guys. Sometimes you can't just be an enabler. You have to push. You have to put your hand on their back and be like, I'm doing this for your betterment. Not to hurt you, but to make us all better so we could get to the promised land. And you didn't allow that to happen. And let's finish it off. Does Topper come back next year? Do we take a shot at Craig Counsell? I think we got to make the call at least. You got to give a try at it. I mean, Topper, yes, he'll probably be back next year, but he doesn't have a long-term contract. So do you want to see Topper back? Do you want to see Nick Castellanos get traded away? Do you want to keep Rhys Hoskins? There's a lot of questions here because I do think we need to keep Nola. And I do think Rhys Hoskins should come back because he does draw walks and he does extend innings. Like, if you pay attention to Rhys Hoskins, he does have the ability to draw walks, which is something we need on this team. And you can move people around and maybe move Nick to left. It might be a little hard, but Nick's glove has been pretty good the last 2 years. So I kind of don't hate him in left. Rojas has to go to the bench. Marsh has to come to center field and stay there. What do you think we do with Nola, Reese, Topper? Let me know. Those are three huge decisions for the Phillies this offseason.